Hey, it was good, YouTube. This Raw again. Um, Another thing I want to reiterate, especially about the time we're in now, is you want to really be careful about who you share your energy with. Um, a part of this spirituality, they call it New Age, but it's really not the New Age. Like I said before, it's the old age coming back to the forefront. Sex is not a crime. Sex is not a sin. That depends on if you're doing everything right with the right intentions. If you're doing things for another notch on your belt, or doing things to escape, or doing things like you're running from something, whenever you can be doing anything with the wrong intention and it's not the right thing to do. So again, it's about finding yourself. It's about knowing who you are and being confident in who you are, and working on yourself. It's not a bad thing. It's just if you overdo it, you can do things in moderation or you can do things in more than moderation. It just depends on if you have the right intentions and you're not overdoing it. Like you're not staying stuck in one place and depending on that. You don't have a crutch, basically, is what I'm saying. But it's not a sin. It's not a bad thing. It's what we've been brainwashed with over here in the country that I'm in, and especially, the state that I'm in currently. But sexuality is not a sin. But like what I was getting to is you got to be careful about who you share your energy with, especially nowadays. There's a lot of people vaccinated and there's a lot of people that are not vaccinated. I really don't know too much about that as far as sharing energy with them. Um, but again, as far as if you're woke and your diet is right, you exercise, you meditate, you can't just go around. I mean, you can go, you can go around spreading yourself around and see where that gets you. Eventually, everything is going to catch up to you. But, somebody could be having a bad day. Somebody could be on a totally different frequency than you are, you know? Just because a person you're attracted to, a person that could be a man attracted to a woman, or that can be a woman attracted to a man. You're not going to have sexual chemistry with everybody. Doesn't matter how good you look, how big you are, things like that, whatever the case may be, right? But you're not going to have sexual chemistry with everybody. You're not going to, no matter how attractive you are or whatever, how many people you've been with. It's just not going to go down like that, right? So be careful. Be careful about who you share yourself with, because we got to look at sexuality as far as in this conscious and spiritual. It's not even a conscious community. It's a spiritual community. We got to look at this like we are sharing a piece of ourselves with somebody. We're getting in touch with somebody spiritually. Everything is nothing and nothing is everything, right? So you're sharing, you're connecting with that person spiritually. Your kundalini rises during any sexual act. So you got to be careful how you do things. And even when you're getting in touch with yourself, you got to be careful about who you share your energy with. And no matter what side you're on, there's right ways and there's wrong ways to do everything. Some people insist on doing things the wrong way all the time because that's what's going to make them feel good. So whether you're getting in touch with yourself or with somebody else, you really got to be careful about who you share your energy with. If you're by yourself, other people are going to try to sneak in and try to distract you and keep giving you traffic when you're like, hey, I didn't even invite you to go on this trip with me. What are you doing here? What are you doing in my car? You don't even know where I'm going. You just jumped in and said, hey, I'm going along with you. And you're just going to be in my ear the whole time trying to get me to crash. So, you got to remove those people. And if you're experiencing getting intimate with another person, be careful. Because a lot of these people have entities that are latched onto them. It could be through people that they've been with, that they've shared their energy with. You don't know if somebody was messing with the killer or, whoever or any of that stuff. And they're going to pass that energy on to you if that person doesn't know what they're doing. If that person just going around and doesn't meditate or doesn't have the right frame of mind, doesn't have the right intentions, is not doing things with the right spirit, then, they're going to pass that energy on to you. So you really got to be careful. Find somebody that's on your frequency. I'm not saying you don't have to find somebody with the same diet that knows about chakras and kundalini. Just find somebody with a good spirit. Find somebody with the right energy. Find somebody that knows what they're doing and that does everything with good intentions no matter what. That's who you're supposed to be sharing your energy with. At least those that are a little bit woke. Don't get with somebody that's, you know, just dead asleep, hibernating in just because they look good or whatever, you know? I mean, you can. Sometimes, it's good, but it's not going to be good all the time, no matter who you are. Anybody can say that. If they don't say that, they're lying. Trust me. So be careful, Be careful about who you're sharing your energy with. It's not a game, especially nowadays. Because if you're with somebody that doesn't have that right energy and they pass that energy on to you, they can bring you down. You can be talking, you can have a conversation with somebody, let alone getting intimate with them, but you can have a conversation with somebody. And as soon as you talk to them, you can feel like, dang, they're just draining my energy. We're barely speaking any words together. And, everything you're saying to me is like, oh, I feel drained. I don't want to talk to you no more. So if you're having sex with somebody and they pass that energy on to you, they can mess up your day. They can mess up, until you get intimate with another person. Or you fix that yourself. You meditate, but there's different ways not to fix things, but there's different ways to get rid of negative energy. Sex is one of them. If you know what you're doing and you're doing things right with the right intention and the right person, because when two people connect that are of like minds, they're attracted to each other sexually, consciously, even emotionally. They're just on the right frequency. Energy is not going to lie to you if you know how to read it right. That's what makes things better. So be careful because you don't want anybody to bring you down. You want to walk away from every situation, whether you're with somebody else or whether you're, getting intimate with yourself. You want to walk away from every situation feeling good. And if you don't have to sell your soul, no matter what you're doing. If you want to sell your soul just to, you know, lose some Kundalini energy, then, I mean, hey, you're going to have to deal with that. And you're going to have to learn how to overcome that. So don't sell your soul no matter what you're doing. You know? Don't sell your soul. Because once you make that decision to not sell your soul, and, there's different techniques, there's different sexual practices from India all over the world. So don't sell your soul. And when you don't do that, that's when things manifest tenfold, you know? So you're going to carry that. I mean, don't do things with the you can do bad things for good intentions, and you can do good things for with bad intentions. Don't do it that way. Do it because it's in your spirit. Do it because that's what you want to do, because you want to do the right thing. Don't do it just to do it. Who does that? Do it because you mean it. That's how things carry over tenfold. Then you carry that good karma over to the next person or to yourself. But you're going to be, whether you're with yourself or not, you're going to be sharing something with somebody. That's just the way things are, right? So make sure everything you do is good. And like I said before, make sure that you are in your higher self at all times, that you're in your higher self. And don't be in your root chakra and try to do everything. No, be in all chakras and do all things at all times with good intentions. Watch how things manifest sexually and non-sexually. I just thought I'd share that little message with you. Like I said before, I love all y'all. For y'all that ain't got no love for us in the fifth dimension, I don't feel nothing for you. But for those of us that are really in the fifth dimension, I love y'all with a passion that you will never understand. This Ra. Peace.